Have you ever felt like you're fighting yourself? Like part of you wants to do what's right, but another part of you wants to do what feels good, and yet another part is just confused? You're not crazy. You're not broken beyond repair. You're just made of more than one part. You are body, soul, and spirit. And today, we're going to talk about each one, because if you don't understand how you were designed, you'll struggle to understand why you're at war within. Let's break it down. 1. The flesh, your earth suit. Let's start with the flesh. The flesh is your body, your physical nature. It's your cravings, your impulses, your appetites. It wants what feels good now, no matter what it costs later. The Bible often uses the word flesh, not just to talk about your skin and bones, but about your fallen, self-centered nature that resists God. Romans 8:7 says, "The mind governed by the flesh is hostile to God. It does not submit to God's law, nor can it do so." The flesh doesn't want to pray. It doesn't want to forgive. It doesn't want to wait, trust, or serve. The flesh says, if it feels good, do it. If it's hard, avoid it. If it's painful, numb it. The flesh is loud, it's impatient, and it's always hungry for something: lust, pride, power, attention, control. And if you live by the flesh, you'll always be restless, because the flesh can't be satisfied. 2. The soul, your inner world. Now let's talk about the soul. Your soul is your mind, will, and emotions. It's the seat of your personality, your thoughts, desires, feelings, and decisions. It's where you reason, where you dream, where you love and grieve, remember and imagine. Your soul is you, your consciousness. But here's the thing: your soul is deeply influenced. It doesn't lead, it leans. It listens to the loudest voice. If the flesh is in charge, your soul will follow into compromise. If the Spirit is in charge, your soul will follow into freedom. That's why the Bible talks about renewing the mind, because your soul needs to be transformed day by day. Romans 12:2 says, "Be transformed by the renewing of your mind." You don't get a brand new soul when you're born again, but you do get a new master for it, and that changes everything. 3. The Spirit, your God connection. Now for the most important part, your spirit. This is the deepest part of you, the part that connects with God, the part that was dead in sin and came alive when you were born again. Ephesians 2:1 says, "You were dead in your transgressions and sins." Not physically, not emotionally, but spiritually. Sin disconnects your spirit from God, but salvation reconnects you. When you receive Jesus, your spirit is reborn, made alive by His Spirit. And suddenly, you can hear God. You can feel His nearness. You begin to walk by faith, not just by feeling. Your spirit is where God's Spirit dwells. It's where you hear His whisper, feel His conviction, and carry His power. And the more you feed your spirit with worship, truth, prayer, and stillness, the stronger it gets. So, why does this matter? Because every day, you're making decisions from one of these three places. The flesh wants to pull you backward. The soul wants to figure it out. The Spirit wants to lead you forward into God's will. Galatians 5:17 says, "The flesh desires what is contrary to the Spirit, and the Spirit what is contrary to the flesh." It's a war, and your soul is caught in the middle, leaning toward whichever one is winning. That's why Jesus didn't come just to make your Sunday better. He came to resurrect your spirit so you can finally live the life you were created for. A life where your body serves, your soul submits, and your spirit leads. Final thoughts. You are not just a body. You are not just a brain. You are not just your emotions or your past or your personality. You are a spirit with a soul living in a body for now. And one day, this body will be laid down. But your spirit, it will live forever. So the real question is, what are you feeding? The flesh, the soul, or the spirit? Because what you feed will grow, and what you starve will weaken. So today, choose to walk by the Spirit. Let Him lead. Let Him speak. Let Him shape you from the inside out. Because when the Spirit leads, you start to live in peace. You start to live in power. you start to look like Jesus, and that, friend, is what you were made for.